After staying almost 3 months in the south of Brazil, in a city that doesn't have any Starbucks or any iced coffee for that matter, I started getting some serious side effects from cold turkey quitting my everyday iced coffee habit. Home coffee is not the same, and I needed my espresso. I was on a hunt to find the nearest Starbucks. Fortunately for my wallet, it was 4 hours away. But it was in a city called Florianópolis, aka the Magic Island. Just from that, I was curious enough to make the trip.
You have money.
No, do you?
I do have 50 reals. So
That's my 50 reals. Speaking of that, give me my money.
Okay. So wait a second.
That was my 50 reals. Don't try to turn back.
I want the guy like just put my gas, I pay him, and he leaves. That's all I don't
This is my 50 reals. Fine, but when we get home, you better give me my 50 back. Florianópolis is the capital of Santa Catarina, a state located in the south of Brazil with a population of about 500,000. Among many attributes, Floripa has over 60 beaches and is considered a huge spot for surfing. And it was even considered the place to be by New York Times. Kind of reminds me of San Diego vibes. Does that make this island magical? Well, no. Not yet, at least.
How are you liking Floripa so far?
Esse é bom.
Esse é bom.
Esse aqui?
Sabe o que é? Coxinha de rã.
Coxinha de quê?
Aham.
Rã? Ah!
O que, Rã?
Rã é frog.
Sério?
Sim.
Olha! Nossa!
You want some coxinha de rã? Oh, look what just got here.
It's delicious. We haven't had a Shopee, have we? We haven't been drinking Shopee.
No, we haven't.
Shopee, the difference is not much. I think they don't. Something in the process, like the beer doesn't get as hot.
Don't ferment it, or just
No,
they
they
just
do.
ferment it like once or twice?
No, they don't get the temperature as hot. Like when they're boiling the mash or the beer, they don't get it as hot. It's like less, so it doesn't come out as bubbly, and they don't put as much of the nitrogen in it.
I see.
So look at it. See how it looks smoother? And see how little the head is? It looks almost creamy.
True.
That's because it is.
Cheers.
That's like, I think it's totally doable.
Yeah, baby.
Totally doable, look. Okay, so we're about to eat the beef of the day. It's kind of sketchy, but it was the cheapest thing, and you know what? We're all about that cheap life right now.
Okay, where are we at right now?
We're in like a bazaar, pretty much. It's like the Mercado... What do you call it? Mercado what?
Mercado Público?
Public market. We just had really yummy food. Now we are still hungry, so we're gonna go get some oysters by the ocean. And our time's up in parking, so we gotta go fast.
Yeah, so let's run.
Yeah.
Alright.
We ended up at the long-standing Recanto restaurant, a seafood delight perched right on the water with breathtaking views of huge boulders emerging from the ocean, and try our first infamous Floripa oysters. We've been hearing so much about them.
Best oyster in the world. Yay! Azeite, first touch. Salt. Limão. A little love. Ooh, pimenta. Yeah. Get it. Good? Yeah.
Many beautiful areas and nature marvels in Brazil have some sort of fable or myth around them. Praia de Itaguaçu is actually one of the island's oldest myths. To the settlers, the giant boulders were once witches who loved to party, of course, in Brazil, but wouldn't invite the devil. He eventually got jealous and turned the whole party into giant stones forever. Actually, witches are found in a lot of legends here. Before moving to the island, there's another myth that in order to have a successful life, you have to ask permission from the witches first. Well, I'm not a big believer in myths myself, but I do love the elaborate stories of each city and the insight that it can give you into the local culture and past history. Well, we didn't book our Airbnb until we were at dinner eating our oysters. So at this point, we were already tired, we were over it, and we kind of just picked one based on the photos and the reviews, like a normal person would. He's awake. Hello, little doggy. Those are our nightmares. But I'm not going to tell you this was a mistake because it seemed logical. Baby party till 2 a.m.
It's a nice apartment though.
It's just in a very loud neighborhood. But look how cute it is. And that's the thing, it was totally clickbait, guys. Total clickbait. Good reviews, cute apartment, and terrible noise. Would you stay here again? No. If you're wondering how much we paid per night, it was pretty cheap. Around $30 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in the beach of Canasvieiras. If you're curious how much it costs to live in the south of Brazil and to make little trips like this, you can check out our video with all our expenses living 3 months here in Brazil in 2021. So anyways, after this interesting night of sleep, we headed out for another day of adventure on the Magic Island. Whoever decides to visit Florianópolis in the future, here are a few of our favorite spots that we always like to go. 1, Praia de Joaquina, close to some really beautiful giant sand dunes, and you can usually spot a lot of cool surfers there. Also tons of restaurants and oysters right on the sand as well. It's also really close to the second place, which I highly recommend, Lagoa de Conceição. This is a little lake area with tons of cute little restaurants, and it's actually my favorite spot to go always. Right when you get to the bridge, before you get to the little lake, you'll see a huge boat docking station. Now, from this area, you can get to really cool points on the island that are only accessible by boat. It costs about $5 per person round trip on the slow boat, so you'll definitely want to go over there, eat some amazing food right on the water, and just really enjoy the unique experience. And that's where we're heading right now. So on the way there, we took the little bus boat, and once we got there, we quickly found our restaurant right on the water. How is it? This is the shrimp Milanese. Breaded shrimp with sauce. This is like a little curry. Boom. Okay, this is like crab. It's like a crab, but it's not. And they make a little stuffed crab out of it. Look at right here.
But it's like crab, but it's not?
I think it's more like, it doesn't taste as crabby. No, it's good.
I'm going crazy.
There's no roads here, so you can only get here by boats. We have these nice crunchy shrimps, fresh steamed oysters, grilled local fish, some side dishes, and of course a few beers. Everything came to just about $52. We later found out the only Starbucks on this island was conveniently located inside of an airport.
You're like 5 minutes away.
You're 5 minutes away?
I think so.
Seriously?
No, 10 minutes.
Honestly, you can already smell the beans.
So what you gonna order?
The burnt Starbucks beans.
Not burnt?
No, I think I'm gonna order a caramel macchiato. It's always my go-to. Iced upside down. Are you excited?
It's too expensive.
Are you excited that we're almost Starbucks and that you get to spend $10 on a coffee? Are you sad?
I miss spending like
I can see your leg already
$20. But
Well, as the frugal couple that we are right now, we wanted to avoid paying high prices for a parking ticket at the airport.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
Wait,
go.
where is it? There it is. Go. Ah! We gotta get our Starbucks in 10 minutes. Starbucks. Bum, 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 bum. No! Bye! After losing time and going around the parking lot for almost half an hour, we finally made it to the store and got our drinks.
Aí eu vou querer caramel macchiato grande também, gelado.
For 2 large iced caramel lattes, we paid around $7, which was way cheaper than we were expecting it to be considering it's inside the airport. This was actually a brand new store as well. 2 years ago when we lived in the same city, for 5 months, it did not exist. And I went 5 months without a Starbucks.
Expensive. I was planning to pay like 25.
Back then, the nearest store used to be a 16-hour road trip, and it wasn't something we were willing to make.
I like the caramel better, honestly. So, next time we're gonna start send a little ritual.
After finally accomplishing our mission of getting a Starbucks, we decided to finish our adventure with some delicious ramen. So we picked the first good-looking Asian place that we saw and went for another feast. All our meal in this restaurant, that included gyoza, 2 ramens, and a few nigiri, about $25.
You like yours better, you're good.
I knew you would. Despite the challenges, I can say we had a blast and we'll definitely come back to explore other parts of this beautiful city. If you plan to visit this area, keep in mind that for being a big city, there are a few parts where you might need to be careful, so just make sure to research before exploring and know exactly which neighborhoods you're going into. But please do not be afraid. As I've said, Santa Catarina is one of the most safest states in Brazil, and there's so much to do and explore here, you'll have a blast. So if you like our video and want to join us on our mission of reaching 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, don't forget to help us out, subscribe, and like this video. We'll see you in the next episode.